where we do bold conversation and inspiring stories. So, for tonight, meron tayong special guest. He is a director who has brought multiple stories into life already, and we will be hearing about his journey. And also, we will be figuring out some steps you can also take to get into your own creative dreams. So, without further ado, let's welcome Direct Anju Hermosura.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for
So
having
nice to
me.
meet you.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
take a seat.
Yeah. Okay.
Ayan. So we have coffee right here, so feel free to just grab it whenever, whenever
Okay.
you feel like
Yeah.
having
good.
coffee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So just an icebreaker question.
Okay.
If your life was a movie, what would it be? Top of mind.
Depends kasi depends sa stage ng life.
Yeah.
But as of now, I would say it's a limited series on Netflix na may
Oh.
black comedy yung dating.
Oh, wow, limited series.
Yeah.
I see. All right, so alam ng ating audience that you are a director. So maybe you can take us back muna
Okay.
into where it all started. Like, how did you find out that directing was something you wanted to do?
Okay. I knew I wanted to be a director since I was 14, 15.
Oh.
It's not, yeah. Like, high school pa lang ako. So, I never really had that stage like other people have this stressful period na mag-enroll sila sa college and they don't know what course they're gonna take.
Yes.
Mga ganon. So, I never actually went through that. I knew what I wanted to do. Mga 15 lang ako. And the thing was, the summer before my second year of high school, I suddenly fell in love with movies. Like I suddenly started appreciating them as an art form.
Yeah.
And then mas nahone pa sa second year of high school ko. Kasi second year of high school is like the most chill of high school years, as they say.
Yeah.
Kasi wala ka pang pressure, you know.
You
don't need to pick a college yet, and
Yeah.
it's not your freshman year, so mas
Yeah,
sanay
for
ka na
sure.
sa high school. So that's when I really explored my interests personally, and then I really loved the films I really got into that made me appreciate films were mga comedies actually, because I like humor,
Yeah.
especially in movies. So mga rom-coms and legal comedies. Yeah, I appreciated movies thanks to those. Those really were my entry into really. I mean, I watched movies since I was a kid, but that was the time na naging mas critical, I guess, yung pag-iisip ko about movies
I see.
and how they really are as an art form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. So you do comedies right now? Until now, or
Okay, what's weird is that now that I'm making movies,
yeah.
most of my stuff are quite heavy.
Oh, so drama.
Yeah,
I
mga
see.
may drama. Like right now, I wrote a script. You know Direk Rodel.
Yeah.
So I'm now working with Direk Rodel. I just recently finished a 4-episode na script na mabigat. So yeah, right now my other big concept film project is a horror.
Oh, wow.
Na period pa. Period. It's a period horror.
That's on my
Yeah.
bucket list, Direk. Gusto ko mag-horror.
talaga?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
on my bucket
Yeah.
list.
Oo naman.
That's so nice.
Oo. And kasi for me, horror is like actually cinema at its purest. Kasi it's, wala eh. You can tell a story kahit may horror kahit hindi ka nagsasalita eh.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
For sure.
yeah. For me, those are my two biggest right now.
Projects.
Yeah.
I see. So for our viewers, para lang mas ganahan sila, parang what is the most project you're like most proud of as of the moment, and like why?
As of the moment, most proud project, to be honest, di pa ako satisfied. Yeah, like wala pang project na talagang I could say na, hey, this is like my landmark piece.
Yeah.
Wala pang ganon. Although I did make a short film na in 2022 in a local film festival dito in Manila. It was shown. back in 2022, a short film lang, na horror din,
Ooh.
na silent, and I shot it with my phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because that's kind of, okay, I have this, my own personal brand, I call it The Unnamed Collective. There's a website, theunnamedcollective.com, if you guys are wondering. And there was a time kasi na nasira yung camera ko. So I decided to venture on my own and create content with just my phone. Like I love simulating film eh, yung itsura ng mga film.
Yeah.
Film stock. Kasi iba yun eh. Iba yun yung depth and all. So I shot a film na super 8mm on my phone. Na silent, puro music driven. It's a drama. Yeah.
Wow. So that just really shows na it's not about the equipment.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's
Kasi,
not
okay, magiging malalim to.
Oh.
Kasi,
I like it pag malalim.
oo naman. Kasi, here's the thing. I came from a film school, di ba?
Yeah.
And then, as you know, may mga tao sa film school, they can't help na magyabang and show off. Parang it's almost like an Instagram war or a Facebook war. Nagpo-post sila, I bought a new baby. Then it's like a really mahal na rig or something, a drone.
Yeah.
Yung mga yon. And even in the industry, the film industry, may mga, believe it or not, many of our teleseries are shot on really expensive cameras.
Yeah.
Mga red cameras that could cost almost $1 million.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's huge.
Oo naman. Pero me and my friends, si Manu, okay. There are times na kumakain kami sa like sa restaurant, malapit lang sa place niya. And then we see may TV doon na may teleserye na palabas, pinapalabas. Then nagko-comment kami, bro, ang pangit. Like it looks like it was shot on a cheap cellphone na native camera app ng cellphone, and parang walang color grading, it's so flat. It doesn't look like parang compare mo naman sa Netflix series, parang ang layo ng dating.
Yeah.
I think the bad or wrong mindset of a lot of people is for a film to look mahal, you need to use tools na mahal. That's really not the case eh. If you know color theory, if you know the proper process, yung proper timpla, the equipment doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Kasi the equipment is just, parang if those really expensive knives, di ba?
Yeah.
If you give that to a chef na hindi marunong, an amateur cook, pangit pa rin, hindi pa rin masarap yung serve niya sa'yo.
Yeah.
It's all about, in fact, the more mahal that the tool is, the more na kailangang maging super gagong malupit na expert yung nag-use.
Yeah.
The one using it.
Yeah.
So, you have to practice your skill first, like invest in your own skills before you go to the equipment. Because the equipment will come. It's not that hard. May mga people who actually sponsor, may mga madaming production houses that mahilig mag-sponsor ng equipment. Basta they know na it's a director whom they can trust.
Yeah.
Hindi masisira yung stuff nila. But it's common in productions na production houses will actually give discounts or they give their equipment for free.
Yeah.
So you have the equipment now for free. But what about your skills? That's harder to get eh.
Yeah, for sure.
You need to attend workshops and all. And,
For sure. Yeah, and I think that's a very good insight direct for like our audiences.
Yeah. Okay.
Na it's really not about what you have, but
Yes.
like what you know and like what you can do with what you have. So even like just professional director na pero nag-shot ka with a phone. That's amazing. Let me just read some comments. Can we pull it up, please? Ayan. Hello, Mommy Ray. Rachel Ann Pulon is also one of our artists here.
Okay.
Hi. Good evening, Charles.
Sorry, malabo yung mata ko.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Ayan. May comment si Peter. Tama po, direct. Kahit simpleng phone, kaya na gumawa ng magandang effects. Yes, for sure. And, yeah. I love what you said na even like, kahit i-compare mo sa chef, di ba? If the chef is not a good chef or hindi siya like well-trained chef, the food is still not gonna come out nicely even with like expensive equipments. Yeah.
Yes. Of course, the chef, nandun na din sa pag-aaral ng chef. Unawis na. I mean, there are people na I'm amazed, di ba? Yung mga professional chefs, if you've ever been to their house and they personally serve you food, what do they have in their kitchen? They have regular knives and regular pans and all of that, regular oven. But they know, because they studied yung timpla.
Yeah, for
It's,
sure.
it's the timpla eh.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, since you're already here inside of the industry and making a lot of movies, what could you say is like the biggest challenge you ever faced, like breaking through inside the industry? Because I'm pretty sure we
yeah.
have viewers right now, maybe live or like replay, who's might be going through the same
Yeah.
thing. So,
Oh, yeah. To be honest with you, I'm still trying to find what I want to call financial harmony in what I'm doing.
oh yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense. Yeah.
the whole kasi there are times na you get up, then you go to a meeting, then while you're driving, you think like, is this worth it? Like, will I really make this a living? Yung mga ganon. Especially nung pandemic. I mean, the pandemic was brutal on people like me because I started like my own production team like October of 2019.
Oh, right
Yeah,
before.
so it's like months before that thing happened. And when the pandemic happened, tuloy, many projects went on hold and madaming racket ang nawala.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing na almost immediately after it ended, like the worst of the ECQs, GCQs, whatever EQ man yan, after all of that, biglang I met mga malupit people. Kasi before I used to, shop around for contacts. Like yung mga kakilala ko from film school, I would be like, hey bro, start tayo ng production company or something. But sila din, since they're mga baguhan din, wala, I don't really, it's really hard. If you're new and your partners are also new, you need, I guess, what you could do is, you could meet people na established na. I think that's a better strategy. Hindi naman sa pagso-social climb ka. But you can network professionally.
Yeah.
Try to meet people na who are already older than you, who have more experience, and they can open a lot of doors for you if you were interested in being an apprentice to someone, or if they're willing to take in somebody na mas bata whom they can show the ropes.
Yeah.
Okay din yun. That's what I was before. To be honest, when I entered the film industry, I really didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
Englishero pa ako. So it's like,
I get you, Direk.
Yeah, it's like,
I get you.
Ano pa, trying to find work in Japan.
Oh, you're in Japan.
No. It's just a figure of speech.
Oh, okay.
Na parang, Lost in Translation. Diba?
Yes,
that movie,
yes.
it's like, parang, may linguistically challenged ka na nga, you're finding work pa. But, eventually, medyo nag-mature na din yung mindset ko and my Tagalog skills by meeting people.
Yeah.
So, it's like, pwede na akong makisabay in a way.
Yeah.
Kasi I got forced. Kasi yung mga tao na meet ko after I graduated, mga purong nagtatagalog lang sila.
Yeah.
So if I just speak to them in English, wala. Di ako makakasabay sa kanila.
Yeah.
Like, so it forced me to like, gawing mas malalim yung pagtatagalog ko.
Yeah.
Like, so it was a crucial skill. Kasi pakikisama din yun eh.
Yeah, exactly. Pakikisama.
Yeah.
Right. Guys, if you have any questions below, comment them down below, and we will ask Director Andrew right here. So yeah, I also do get what you said now. When you're really starting out, in order for you to like get your foot inside the industry, you need to find the right people.
You need to find the right people, yeah.
To guide you, and also I also agree with what you said na there are a lot of mas matatanda sa atin na mas nauna na who are also like looking for mentees.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like
avenue.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a relationship that you would treasure forever.
Yeah.
If you do find someone, yeah.
Actually, I had a professor who directed commercials who was my professor when I was in college. And he said na film industry is basically an ecosystem. So, kung bago ka, basically you have to meet somebody who's already on top. Basically. So, you'll get lifted there eventually, but you'll have like a clearer path. Something like that.
Yeah. Parang what advice could you like give on how they can do that? Like, how can they find mentors or like people who already...
Unang-una, okay, first, I think you need to recognize who they are first. Kasi at first, when I was in the industry and I just graduated, may mga people na they're actually long-time vets in the industry, but I didn't know who they were. Kasi I only really knew yung mga super tanyag. But I didn't know yung mga people na malupit na AD, assistant director, mga malupit na executive producer.
Yeah.
So I needed to, let's say, educate myself din in a way on kung sino-sino, who's who in the industry.
Yeah.
And then, don't try to force yourself, I guess, into meeting people who could help you. They will come eventually, but I think you need to master yung, well, I'm still working on this kasi I still have flaws in this. Pero you need to have pakikisama. May pakikisama element din eh, because film, after all, is a collaborative art.
Yeah.
So from the pre-production meetings all the way until the post-editing, no man is an island, especially in the filmmaking industry.
Yeah, for sure.
So you must
Find your people.
find your people. Hindi naman sa mag-party-party ka lang every day, but you need to set up yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
Because I like it, there are some people you get really close to, while others not really, but you end up collaborating a lot because you like how they work.
Yeah.
May mga cases na ganun. I think what's great, and I can compare this to like kung criminal ka, and you set up heists.
Yeah.
Diba dapat, yung mga ka-heist mo, mga
Same
people on your
wavelength.
same wavelength.
Yes,
Yeah, you cannot be
exactly.
like a guy na di marunong mag-pick ng lock or amateur pag-scale ng wall.
Yeah.
Diba? You need people na who are dependable. I'm not advising people to go out and do heists. It's just like a comparative thing. Kasi making a film is kind of like setting up a heist. Everything must go according to plan. If not, magkakagulo.
Yes.
And you end up losing money.
Yeah.
Which is the masakit part.
Yeah. And you
Diba?
need to be able to depend on the people with you on the
Yes,
heist. Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. And I also think, Direk, na you really grow a lot better if you're with the right people.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kasi if that's true, diba? You need a place na if you are a flower in a vase, diba?
Yeah.
Wag ka dun sa sulok na where you won't grow. Go closer to the sun.
Yeah,
That may
for
be
sure.
better for you.
Yeah,
diba?
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So, Direk, filmmaking or films in general is such a like a powerful form of storytelling.
Yeah.
So, pero for you, what do you believe makes a story impactful? Parang meron bang secret recipe? Meron bang
Well,
formula?
impactful. If we're just going by, of course, it needs to be technically competent. Although may mga films that break that rule, madami, they're incompetent, but they have a lot of impact, syempre.
Yeah.
It's just like singers na, kasi they're so, ang ganda ng mga antics nila on stage, kahit pangit silang kumanta, may dating pa rin sila.
Yeah.
But,
Yes, yeah.
in film, siguro, I guess, well, one, like any form of art, it should be relevant. Wala namang film na super impactful and yung subject matter something that people don't care about.
Yeah.
Like a film about collection of tax receipts. Wala namang
No one cares.
no,
Except accountants.
yeah, no, but that has never been a hit.
Yeah.
So it should be relevant, and it should be, the best films are really when the director takes control and may pinaguhugutan siya. But hindi yung hugot na parang, "Hoy, banggitin ka sa akin." No, it's not like that eh. It's like the type of hugot na you bring the guy in for like 2 hours. That's the average length of a movie, right? You bring a person in you let him sit down next to you and you talk to him for 2 hours. And at the end, he'll get a feeling na, wow, whoa, I never saw it. That's a nice story, diba? So it's a story that's technically competent, and if your film is technically competent, if the way it's told is really good, if the story is amazing, the acting, everything. Kasi film is immersion really. You bring a person out of that cinema and into another place.
Yeah.
So kung the best ones are the most immersive, eh, na they take you out of where you are physically. It's just like a good song,
I love that. Yeah.
diba?
That's so real. It's so true. We also have
Yeah.
photos from right there. Can you? Is this one of the films you did?
No, that's a photo I took with my phone and
Oh,
edited it on my phone. Again, it's part of my little advocacy.
yeah.
But those are all mobile photos that you're
Oh,
seeing.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, where is this? That's interesting.
That is in a museum in New York. That's the ceiling of an Indian religious temple
Oh.
in the Met. Yan naman, that's in Prague, in the Czech Republic.
Oh.
And that is along, I forgot the street, if I don't know if it's like Madison Avenue or something. It's in New York City.
Oh,
Yun.
so you like to travel a lot and take photos.
Well, yung traveling part, mostly it's my family or other people na nagyayaya sa akin.
Okay,
I bring
gets.
my camera every time. It's just my phone.
They look amazing for phone photos.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Oo
Yeah.
naman. Which
So
just
cool.
proves my point. Kasi, you know, it's how you use it in the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. Creativity talaga. Ang
Especially
puhunan.
now, with the phones now, the latest iPhone, I think you can shoot in 8K definition.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
you could. And 120 FPS.
Yeah. So, wala ka ng excuse, bro.
Yeah.
Kung-
Overkill na yun.
Oo, parang what's next? May IMAX capabilities na yung next. Di ba? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So,
Yeah.
we've talked about the creativity side, pero also in the film industry, we all know that it's not just really about creativity. There's also a business side to it.
Oh,
diba?
yeah.
So, parang how are you able to like balance kind of the creative side and the business side, or how do you handle those two? Because they're kind of like on the opposite side of the spectrum, eh, diba?
Yes. Business side, okay, here's the thing. If you're a creative, you must be willing to invest your time. Because producing something new takes time. You cannot just come in and expect it to be like selling insurance. Like, you get a client, you get a commission.
Yeah.
Diba? Hindi ganun. It takes time in film. And I guess that's why it's kind of prohibitive to a lot of people, because it takes a lot of time investment. And some people, they can't afford to use so much time.
Yeah.
But basically, I'd like to think it's a good idea that you come into the film industry not expecting to make money yet, like off the bat, but you help others in, let's say, something that you can offer a service. You can make money muna on the side while preparing to make money from film. Like during the pandemic, I was a script writer for a YouTube channel about the NBA. So I would ghostwrite for that content creator, and I made money that way. So you can make money, I guess. Making money in film, to be honest, it takes a while.
Yeah.
Even sa bayad, for some reason. When I was an intern, biro mo, like less than 10K, i-check pa nila. It takes a while. So, you need to be patient in making money. And as far as the business side, like, how do you make sure nakikita yung film project mo? Well, you need to, grabe naman yung professor ko nung college. He said na parang, you need to, yung term na ginamit niya, parang, to make, because he teaches corporate film. So his approach is, you need to make your job kind of like prostitution. So parang, let's say, you make money, right? Making films, making content. If you work for clients to make their ads, their commercials, you do whatever they say. But you'll get a lot of money from that.
Yeah.
Parang ganon.
Yeah.
Now, for me naman, I'm into narrative films eh. Hindi naman yung commercial, yung advertisements. Hindi naman ganon. So if you want to make your narrative film a success, I guess some faith needs to be involved there. You need to take a gamble. Wala namang hit na film na hindi gamble sa umpisa. So just study how hit films happen, and then when your film is done, when you've completed making it, you need to have a kick-ass marketing team. Kasi sila magsosolve most of your problems in getting
Sorry.
your movie out there. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sana naman hindi ka allergic doon sa advice na yun, no?
It was great. I was just kind of,
Yeah.
I got a flu yesterday, I think.
Okay. Ayos.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's fine.
But I do love what you said. Even doctors, diba, they have to study for like 8 years.
Yeah.
Even before they could even get their first
Mhm.
maayos na paycheck. And so, it's the same thing with like any other career. You really have to like make sacrifices financially at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and especially nga, even here sa creative industry, we don't really have like what doctors have na they have like step 1, step 2, step 3.
Well, doctors, I think, for sure kasi once you're a certified doctor, you will always make money.
Yeah.
There are always people na there's something wrong with them. I have something's wrong with me right now. I'm sure everyone does.
Yeah.
So, talagang kumikita yung mga doctors. But in films, it's not something that you need. Like, you don't need it to sustain yourself physically, but I think people turn to media as a way of kind of escape.
Yeah.
And it's the thrill, the experience that they pay for. It's like during the pandemic nga, you know, lumakas yung streaming, lumakas yung consumption ng media.
Yeah.
Because people wanted to just leave their houses, diba?
Yeah.
So, I think that's what film could offer to the world, I guess.
Yeah, entertainment,
Entertainment.
inspiration. There's so much film can offer to the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, what advice could you give to like aspiring filmmakers who also like want to be directors na actually directing films, movies, but don't have those resources yet? So you mentioned one way is like just go show your skill even if you have a phone.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah, of course.
Do you have any other advice for
any advice?
Yeah.
For those who don't have much resources? Well, choose a path first which doesn't really involve a lot of resources.
Oh, love that, yeah.
Like, let's say writing. If you can write scripts, you don't even need a computer for that. Kahit tissue and ballpen would work.
Yeah, tissue and
Yeah,
ballpen.
you know that J.K. Rowling first wrote the drafts of Harry Potter on a napkin.
Yeah, I
diba?
heard, yeah.
She was like a single mom, I believe, and then she wrote the drafts of Harry Potter in a restaurant napkin.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing about writing. It's like a basic human skill
For
that you
sure.
can do na kahit, you don't have much.
Yeah.
So you can enter the film industry through there, and then eventually, if you want to eventually become, it all depends on what you want to do. If you want to still be a screenwriter, you don't want to become a director or whatever, that's fine. But if you want to become a director from a screenwriter, you will, if you do your job really well, like you're dependable, you're magaling ka naman magsulat, you understand how filmmaking is done, the whole process from end to end, producers will have more confidence in you. It's just like in any other industry, really. You just build more confidence in, let's say, the head guys.
Yeah.
If they see that you have a vision and they trust you, they'll give you more responsibility, syempre.
Yeah, work your way up, guys.
Oo naman.
Work your way up, yeah.
There are stories of people na naging, at first, they were just production assistants. They started out in advertising agencies as PAs.
Yeah.
Then eventually, they moved their way up hanggang naging president na sila.
Oh, that's cool.
Diba?
That's
Pero
amazing.
that's you invest your time.
Yeah.
Kahit hassle pumunta sa isang production shoot, pumunta ka pa rin, just show up. That's why it's show business. It's the business of showing up.
Yes,
diba?
exactly.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh.
And I love that you mentioned J.K. Rowling, how she started with just like the napkin and then just writing it down.
Of course.
And it also kind of like shows talaga na creativity comes wherever you are. You just need to be able to capture whatever is there. And
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't matter kung anong medium yung pag-capture mo na yun. Pero when it comes,
And when it comes, you should write it down, you should
Yeah.
record it. Kasi minsan, yeah, it nakaka-frustrate yung you have a good idea, but you didn't write it down, so nawawala.
yes, exactly.
May mga, like, if you know Metallica, right? The
Yeah.
band, you know, the lead guitarist, si Kirk Hammett,
Mhm.
he said he wrote like 100+ songs, all on his phone.
Oh.
Pero nung parang nag-update siya ng software ng phone niya, na-wipe lahat.
Oh,
So,
no.
nawala niya yun. So, imagine how many albums he could have made if he had kept it.
Right.
So, I guess a practical advice I could also give is, guys, invest in a good cloud software, an online drive, kasi I believe na yan na din yung future, kasi kahit yung mga physical drives nowadays are becoming less and less common eh.
Yeah.
Mostly, digital space na yung king. So,
For sure.
yeah.
So like with regards to creativity, when it comes, you need to capture it. But direct,
Yeah.
what if it doesn't come? And you have like they
Yeah.
need something na they're like telling you, direct, we need to do this, we need a story, or like have you ever felt like you were in such a big creative block?
Oh, you mean like you have deliverable
Yeah.
and it's past the deadline is really
Yeah.
close. Creative block.
Siguro the question is parang
Yeah.
how do you handle creative block? Kasi as creatives, it will happen. Sooner or later, it will happen and it's gonna continue to happen. Sometimes, paminsan nandyan yung creativity, paminsan wala. And then what do you, since it's a profession for us, diba?
Yeah.
Hindi pwedeng on off tayo. We need to be consistent. So what do you do when a creative block comes? Do you just let it be? Biyang mo yan dyan?
I think I've figured out some kind of a parang fix-all solution when it comes to blocks. Kasi I've noticed, okay, how do you fix like a blockage sa artery? Diba? You relax muna.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with a creative block. Take your mind off what you're doing first. Live life, I guess, or no matter how you want to live it. You could, if living life is like Yossi break, go. Basta anything that relaxes you.
For sure.
Kasi when you go back to that desk or that computer where you're editing something, based on my own experience, the block tends to go away. Minsan, the stress from the incoming deadline is enough to wash away the block.
Yeah.
Because yung mga creative block, to be honest, I think it's like a combination of mental and physical fatigue that kind of lingers, pero it goes away once you take away the trigger. Kasi yun, it's like, look, okay, step back muna from what you're doing, see the bigger picture. Who knows, may mga dots siguro in that bigger picture na that could tell you how you will move forward from the block.
Yeah.
Yun.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Kasi parang a lot of times
naman.
you're like too close.
You're too close.
You're too close to like the situation that you don't really know how to look out from like the outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Halimbawa, mga police whiteboards with all those
detective things.
May mga nakapin na mga parang yung mga detective boards, you know that.
I see, yeah.
There are some detectives, well, it's a common trope in films. They walk back from the board and they see, okay, there are some points in this chain which all make sense now.
Yeah. I
Parang
love that.
ganun.
Yeah. Same thing, maybe walking lang just to get yourself like your head away from the thing
Pero
that you're
kung
trying to solve.
kung malala talaga yung block, kumbaga parang wala nang, it won't budge. Pwede kang magnakaw in a classy way.
Oh!
Ganon, yeah. Ganon na.
How to nakaw in a classy way?
Well, as they say, di ba, the good ones make the great ones steal. Di ba?
Oh!
Yung mga yun. Parang ganon, yeah.
Parang you take inspiration from other people, ganun ba? Or
hindi
actually
naman.
stealing?
Yung baga parang if a person tells you, ano, I'll make nilaga for our dinner tonight. Tapos isulat mo sa script, and he made bulalo. Yun, yung parang, it's like, yeah, may konting kaibahan lang.
I see.
'Di ba? Because nilaga is kind of close to bulalo.
Parang paraphrasing.
Yeah. Yung parang, alam mo, yung parang yung mga post na nakakatawa, yung parang, ito, mga assignment ko, kopyahin mo pero ibahin mo lang konti. Ganon.
Gets.
Parang
gets.
ganon.
Gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's look at the comment section if may tanong. I have a last question here, pero let's see if they... Hello, Direk Rodel. Good evening po. Ayan, Peter has a question. Wait lang, batiin natin si Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Good evening. Peter has a question. Going back dun sa what we talked about, what phone or phone camera did you use daw, Direk?
Okay.
Like with the photos here.
This one, I just used an iPhone 7 Plus. This specific photo, yeah. That one is an iPhone 13 Pro Max, which I use now. Same thing, Pro Max 13. That one is, I believe it's a 13 Pro Max, I believe.
I see.
Yan.
Cool. Do you use like...
But again, guys, it doesn't matter. You can use a phone na mas mura. That's the point.
It's really about the composition, no? Like the composition of like...
It's the composition. Wag naman yung mga 500 peso phone. Come on. Mahirap na yan. Saludo na ako sa inyo if you can make a great film na ganun lang, di ba?
Parang wala namang camera yung mga 500 peso phone. Meron ba?
I think, pero parang
mga...
meron. But I think pang-record lang ng parang proof ng buhay. Buhay pa ako. Ito,
this is my photo.
Image, yan, ganun.
Yeah, gets. 360p lang daw.
360p, oh yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so, meron pa ba? None na for the comments. Okay, so for my last question, Derek. So, there might be people who also wants to get inside of the industry. Maybe hindi lang directing, maybe even scriptwriting, even acting. But being inside the industry, what's the lesson you wish you learned earlier?
Okay. I wish I learned earlier. Okay.
Or maybe like a big lesson that you could give to them who are just starting.
Okay. There is no way you can ever go out and be a great filmmaker if you are just convinced by your own genius and you don't want to collaborate with the genius of others. Ganon. Because no man is an island, especially in the film industry. No matter kung gaano ka ka-genius, why would you reject the help of yung mga ibang genius? May mga filmmakers kasi na this is my idea, my story. Everything about it should be part of me. I can't let any other genius soil this because this is mine. Diba? That was okay. I was kind of conceited nung bata ako, and I thought that way. Then I realized as I got older na I should, the reason I thought that way was because I did not trust other people and yung mga kakayahan nila. And that could be a handicap Kasi, trusting other people is a important component in creating a film. Why would you have meetings pa with people, diba? And spend money on their kape? And you don't trust naman that they can pull it off.
Yeah.
Pull off your vision.
For sure.
So you invest in your relationships with people. I don't like the term investing in people kasi hindi naman AI yung tao Parang Companion yung movie kung napanood nyo yan. But invest in your relationships with people, and guess what? The more time you spend with them, then you can now see, okay, how can you help me with my film project? Like, what piece of the puzzle can you fix based on your personality, your skills? Kasi every one naman of us is a genius in a certain area. You can be a genius in marketing, a genius in writing, a genius in cinematography, a genius in guessing the weather. Oy, important yan in film, ha?
Yeah.
May mga tao nagsasabi, hindi uulan mamaya kahit sobrang cloudy. But you're like, really? Hindi uulan mamaya? Then you go on set. O nga, maaliwalas na. Hindi nga uulan.
Yes.
So, I think yun, you shouldn't be too self-absorbed. And when you think of an idea, like me now, when I was younger, when I would think of a film idea, I only thought about me, how I can make that idea work. Just me, not other people. I didn't care. Now, okay, I think of my friends now when I make my idea. Like, this guy, pwede niya akong tulungan sa marketing. Or this guy, kung how ang lupit niya mag-paint, he can help me do the production design. Ganon. I think na in terms of that, it's more collaborative na the way I think now compared to before. And I guess it just comes with maturing as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
I love that. I love that. Don't be too caught up in your own genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two brains are always better than just one.
Oh.
Better 5-3, better 5-4.
Oo naman.
Right, for sure. So, Direk Andrew, thank you so much for being with us today. If you have any social media or any other projects that you want them to look out for, or where can they find you?
Yeah, okay, I have an Instagram and Facebook called The Unnamed Collective. So on Instagram, it's _unnamed collective.
Mm-hmm.
And on my Facebook, it's just The Unnamed Collective. That's just my page. Yon.
Yes, so make sure to follow Direk
And
Andrew
also,
there.
the LRAF, I also work with a production team called the LRAF. We have a show on Signal Cable and Sky Cable called the Velvet Note Show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kailan siya showing?
It's showing on Signal, Pinoy Extreme Channel, 7 to 8 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays.
Oh, okay. It's ongoing na?
It's ongoing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Direk Andrew, for gracing us with your presence and your knowledge.
Okay lang.
Your knowledge and lessons. All right. So, thank you so much, guys, also for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Very much welcome. We're happy to have you. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you next Thursday. Bye.
Bye, guys.